Hey, it's Greg Macaluso again here. Let's get real for a second. I want to share some information today that's different than most of the topics I usually talk about. A lot of what I drive is around motivation and mindset, and those are super important things that you need to have in order to progress forward, in order to have greater success, in order to have more success in every aspect of your life. You have to put yourself in the correct mindset. You got to be motivated. You got to be driving forward. But what I'm going to talk about today, and this is why I said let's get real, is we're going to talk about the real time wasters that we have in our lives that are the reason why we're probably not being put in the correct mindset, being put in the correct position, making the right connections, and doing all the right things that we need to get to greater success and to have more success in our lives overall. So I'm going to share the three biggest time wasters that we all have and how you can change those and how it's going to change your life. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Have you ever reached the end of a day and thought to yourself, man, I was really busy, but I didn't really move the needle forward into my greater success or the greater aspects of my life? I didn't really feel like I accomplished much, but I was just super busy. And if you're being honest with yourself, you've probably had one of those days. And if you haven't had one of those days, you probably know somebody who has. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because it's a sneaky thing that happens to all of us. And it's what the topic is today, is where there's time wasters, where there's aspects where we're not pushing ourselves to our maximum. We're not getting what we want to get out of our life. We're not getting to that greater success and making the connections and doing all the things that we need to do to have that wonderful aspect of success in our lives, because we're being pulled down by three major time wasters. So what if I could show you a simple way to avoid or negate these three time wasters so you have hours back in your life to get to your greater? Would that be worth sticking around in this video for? I know the answer to that. So let's dive in. All right, your number one biggest time waster that happens to all of us now, unfortunately, because of technology and the way that we're all connected, is the scroll trap. I'm scrolling through Instagram. I'm scrolling through TikTok. Let me see what's going on here. And next thing you know, you're watching reels, you're watching videos, you're scrolling, and you look up and you wasted 40 minutes. I've brought this up in other videos. I've preached this in coaching and speaking engagements that I've done. Put caps on where you are in your scroll tactics. What do I mean by that? Put a limit on it. If you know that you're going to start looking at it, do whatever you have to do to get off that phone, to get off that social media, to get you back, because I've used this before as an example, and I want you to listen to this really, really clearly. When you're going through social media and you go back and look and say, I could shave off an hour, even if it was 30 minutes, but if it was an hour a day that you now have back in your arsenal for you to have time to go out and do something else. Now think about in a year, how much more productive you would be. Every month you had a full work week back of time just by not going like this. I need you to think about that, and it's something you need to adjust. Okay, number two, trap that everyone gets into is the fake busy syndrome. Oh, I needed to reorganize my to-do list. Oh, I'm responding to all these emails, and it's probably emails that didn't need a response to begin with. It's basically creating busy work for you to do instead of doing things that are productive or things that are growing your mind or growing your skill set. Stop doing busy work. Look at things, analyze your day, and look at what it is that you're doing right now that are things that are probably not getting you any further ahead. Everyone has them in their day. This is one of the biggest traps right now. People working from home. And all of a sudden, your mind goes off to the side and you start thinking about all the little things you can do in your house. Oh, I can wash these dishes. Oh, I can do this load of laundry. Oh, I can clean this up. Oh, I can do that. And you're creating busy work instead of attacking what you need to and learning the skill sets that you need to progress yourself and move that needle forward. So stop being fake busy. Busy doesn't mean productive. It just means busy. Productive is productive, meaning I'm doing things that are truly moving the needle forward, that are giving me skills, motivation, and energy to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. Do those things. Stop being fake busy. Okay, here's the last one. And this one is a huge one. It's the yes trap. When you say yes to things that you probably should say no to. You may have heard this line before, you may not have, but I've heard it a number of times, and it's been popping up regularly over the last probably 2 or 3 months in my world. And it's truth, because you need to understand this. When you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Have you ever said yes and immediately regretted it? I mean, within minutes, you're like, oh man, why did I agree to do that? It's going to take up so much of my time. It's going to really back me up on what it is I'm trying to accomplish. That's something you should have said no to. It's not being selfish. It's being loyal and being loyal to yourself. And I have a video on that you can go back and look at that I did years ago. Loyalty has to be to yourself. And the way you do that is by picking and choosing when you say yes. Don't get into the yes trap. Don't say yes to everything. Saying yes to everything is going to put you in a bad position. Sometimes you got to say no. And no is the right answer when you know it's something that you need to do to progress yourself forward. So do not get sucked into the yes trap of, yes, I'll do this, and then be regretting it later. If you think you're going to regret it, the answer needs to be no. All right, listen, I'm not here to tell you that you're going to be perfect, that I'm perfect, that you're never going to fall into any of these traps. But if you can think about them now, because I'm sharing them with you, and identify them at the time, that you can limit some of them and not just operate on autopilot like really most of the world does. 97% of the world probably operating on autopilot. If you remove that, and now you put your hands on the wheel and take control of these time sucks that are happening in your life, it's going to change your level of increase ability and mindset and motivation and energy to move forward, because you're identifying where your time is being wasted versus being utilized. And that is the biggest factor that separates the successful from the unsuccessful in their lives, not just business, in anything. It's you and up to you to decide one decision at a time on how you're going to utilize your time. And each of those decisions are going to lead to your greater or your demise. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, is because I want you to understand everyone in their lives has these moments that come up. It's how you decide to move forward. So I hope this was super helpful for you. I love sharing this information. You know I do. I would love for you to share this with anyone that you think that this might impact as well. I'm sure we all have friends. I mean, I got people that surround me that get sucked into this from time to time as far as like time wasting activities. And I want you to know we're all unfortunately put in these positions from time to time, but the decisions that you make in those moments of being loyal to yourself, in not choosing to waste your time, and to make sure you're doing then the activities that are moving the needle forward, as opposed to the time wasters in between, you're going to see greater success. So I appreciate you joining me. Leave a comment below, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. And as I end every video with, go get it. And I'll talk to you soon.